If there was one good thing to come out of Britney's tragic story, it's that national attention is now focused on the hideous underbelly of Hollywood and the systemic corruption and abuse of the entertainment industry as a whole. Young stars who came up with Britney have spoken out about the abuse they suffered at the hands of powerful industry executives. Disney should have been the safest place for aspiring child entertainers looking for a dream, but it became one of the worst offenders instead. The media giant's disturbing track record of employing and giving free passes to child molesters or people with a history of dangerous behavior towards children is well documented. Disney hired convicted child rapist Victor Salva to direct the film Powder.
In the city where dreams are made, fame can come at a price.
My first memory of when the abuse started and, eventually progressed over the next 5 years. Videotape all of it. I mean, it was full blown.
When they found out, Nathan's family went to the police and Salva was convicted and jailed. But that hasn't affected his Hollywood career. Powder, one of the scripts he wrote in prison, was distributed by Disney's Buena Vista Pictures.
The company claims they did not know Salva was a convicted pedophile until after the production started, but then refused to fire him even after they learned of the crime.
And big names in Hollywood have been backing him throughout the entire process. It just seems like there's like an exclusive club, and Victor's a part of that club.
In 2018, Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn received nationwide condemnation for shocking comments he posted on social media, in which he made light of child sexual abuse. He was fired after intense public pressure.
The offensive attitudes and statements discovered on James's Twitter feed are indefensible and inconsistent with our studio's values, and we have severed our business relationship with him.
But then Disney once again demonstrated their indifference by hiring him back as soon as the issue had faded from the news.
Hollywood might not like talking about it, but it doesn't take a lot of digging to find even more examples of how it often has selective amnesia when it comes to some of the past behavior of those it chooses to welcome into the fold.
One of the more shocking revelations was a 2017 report revealing 35 Disney employees had been arrested for child sex crimes since 2006. In 2004, the New York Times revealed a highly coordinated child trafficking syndicate at Disneyland, where victims would be identified with yellow dresses before being picked up and sold to organized criminals.
I'm Belle Thorne from Shake It Up. You're watching Disney Channel.
Bella Thorne, another Disney star just like Britney, has openly discussed the abuse she endured as a child performer in the Hollywood system and explained how everyone saw but said nothing.
Getting molested from your 6 to your 14 seems like way harder circumstances, or being physically abused all the time seems like a much more difficult situation than have paparazzi following you since you were 12. I was still being molested when paparazzi were still following me, but having no idea the type of mistreatment that I was still dealing with at that time, that everyone around me saw and did nothing.
The pattern of entertainment companies targeting talented children of vulnerable parents can be seen in the case of another former Mickey Mouse Club star, Christina Aguilera. She was abused by her father. Her mother, Shelley Kearns, recounts finding Christina as a child with blood on her face after her dad punished her.
And I go upstairs, and I miss my 4-year-old girl, and she has blood going down her chin.
Former child movie star Mina Savari recently opened up about the abuse she sustained in the industry.
Laced throughout her stories of sexual abuse through a series of bad relationships.
You describe at 12 losing your virginity against your will, essentially.
A part of me died that day for sure.
as well as an inappropriate encounter with alleged pedophile Kevin Spacey on the set of American Beauty. Longtime Britney pal, Paris Hilton, detailed abuse she suffered at the Provo Canyon School in her documentary, This Is Paris, and during a deposition hearing.
Children were restrained, hit, thrown into walls, strangled, and sexually abused regularly at Provo. I was verbally, mentally, and physically abused on a daily basis. I was cut off from the outside world and stripped of all of my human rights. I could not report this because all communication with my family was monitored and censored. This is unconstitutional, degrading, and terrifying.
Singer Kaya Jones said the Pussycat Dolls was a prostitution ring, and the group's founder, Robin Anton, who launched another girl group called GRL with Britney's former manager, Larry Rudolph, was the, quote, den mother from hell.
Today I want to talk about a controversial topic, my conservatorship case.
Amanda Bynes, who is also in a controversial conservatorship, tweeted she was sexually abused by her father, but then took the comment back. She worked alongside Dan Schneider at Nickelodeon, who resigned after several allegations of abuse and very inappropriate behavior surfaced. Underpinning every one of these reported instances of abuse is the code of silence that governs the industry. These rules of secrecy are so strictly upheld that powerful abusers have been able to perpetrate their sickening crimes with total immunity for their entire careers.